The sun of July 23, 2025 was bright, but Victor felt none of its warmth. He stood on the busy street corner, a lone island in a sea of rushing people. His suit, though his best, felt stiff and unfamiliar against his skin. Every so often he would smooth down the lapels or adjust his tie, his hands trembling slightly. He checked his watch for the 10th time in as many minutes. He was waiting for his fiancée, Anita, before heading to the most important job interview of his life. This interview was not just for a job, it was for a future, a chance to build a stable life for them both. The weight of his dreams and the fear of failure pressed down on him, making the city air feel heavy and hard to breathe. He clutched the single, crisp $100 bill and two 20s in his pocket. It was all the money he had to his name, a carefully guarded treasure meant to last him until his first paycheck. He imagined the office, the desk, the feeling of purpose. He thought of Anita's smile, the one that could light up his darkest days. He wanted so badly to give her the world, to erase the worry from her beautiful eyes. The anxiety in his stomach churned, a relentless knot of hope and fear. He just needed this one chance to prove himself, to show everyone, especially Anita, that he was capable of success. He took a deep breath, trying to calm the frantic beat of his heart. Just then, a fragile figure shuffled towards him, breaking his anxious train of thought. It was an old man, his clothes tattered and his face etched with the deep lines of a long, hard life. His eyes, however, held a soft, pleading light. He moved slowly, leaning heavily on a wooden cane, his gaze fixed on Victor. The old man stopped a few feet away, his voice a quiet, raspy whisper that was almost lost in the city's noise.
"Young man, could you spare a little something? I have not eaten all day."
The request was simple, yet it carried the immense weight of his hunger and struggle. Victor looked into the old man's eyes and saw not a beggar but a human being in need of help. He saw a father, perhaps a grandfather, who had fallen on hard times. His own anxieties seemed to shrink in the face of this man's raw and immediate struggle. Without a second thought, his hand went to his pocket, bypassing the precious $100 bill and pulling out one of the 20s. He held it out to the old man, his own voice gentle. "Here you go, sir. Please get yourself a good meal. I hope things get better for you soon." It was a significant portion of his meager funds, but his heart told him it was the right thing to do.
"Thank you, young man. Thank you. May your kindness be returned to you 100 times over."
What do you think you are doing?
It was Anita. She had arrived, and her face was a mask of cold fury. She strode towards them, her high heels clicking angrily on the pavement, her eyes fixed not on Victor, but on the money in the old man's hand. Before Victor could react, Anita snatched the $20 bill from the beggar's grasp. The old man gasped, stumbling back in shock and fear.
This is what I'm doing, Victor. I am stopping you from throwing our money away on this person. We need this money. Have you forgotten how much we are struggling? You have a job interview, not a charity giveaway.
I am sorry. I did not mean to cause any trouble.
Victor's heart shattered at the sight of the old man's humiliation. He turned to Anita, his own voice firm but filled with disbelief. "He wasn't causing trouble, Anita. I gave him the money. He needed it. How can you be so cruel? Look at him. He is hungry and old. We have to help when we can."
Help? We can't even help ourselves yet, Victor. Every single dollar counts. That $20 could have been our food for 2 days, or my transport fare. You are too soft. This world will eat you alive if you keep acting like this.
She clutched the money tightly in her fist, a symbol of her worldview, so starkly different from his. The beautiful future he had been imagining just moments before now seemed fractured, tainted by this ugly display of selfishness that he never knew she possessed. The warmth of his kind act had been extinguished by her cold, hard pragmatism. Victor felt a deep chasm opening between them, one that was far wider than a simple disagreement over money. This was about values, about character, about the kind of people they wanted to be. He looked at the woman he loved, and for a moment, he saw a stranger. Trying to bridge the gap, he reached into his pocket and pulled out the crisp $100 bill. "Fine, Anita, here, take this. This is for you, for us. But please, just give the old man his $20 back. It was a gift. It is not right to take it from him like this." He offered the money as a peace offering, hoping to appease her and correct the wrong.
No, this is not how the world works, Victor. You can't just give money away. He will probably just spend it on alcohol anyway.
The callousness of her assumption struck Victor to his core. The argument was no longer about money. It was about a fundamental lack of empathy. He was not just trying to compromise, he was trying to save a piece of their shared humanity.
I am very sorry, madam. Please do not fight because of me. I did not want to cause such a problem for you both.
His apology, offered in the face of such rudeness, was a powerful testament to his gentle spirit. Victor felt a fresh wave of shame for Anita's behavior. He turned to the old man, placing a comforting hand on his shoulder. "No, sir. It is I who should apologize. I am so sorry for her actions. That was not right."
I can't believe you are taking his side over mine. I'm leaving. Good luck with your interview. You're going to need it.
With that, she turned on her heel and stormed away, disappearing into the mourning crowd without a single glance back. Victor stood frozen for a moment, the weight of her departure settling heavily upon him. He was left with a choice. He could hold on to his last $20, the only money he had left, or he could follow the dictate of his conscience. The choice was clear. He turned back to the old man whose sad eyes reflected his own pain. Victor looked at the dejected old man, and then at his own watch. Time was running out. His interview was in less than 15 minutes, and the office was several blocks away. Panic began to set in, but he pushed it aside. There was one last thing he had to do. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his very last $20 bill. He pressed it firmly into the old man's hand, closing the man's fingers around it. "Please, take this. I am truly sorry for what happened. No one deserves to be treated that way. I hope this helps you, even just a little."
Son, you have a good heart, a truly good heart. The world needs more people like you. Do not ever let anyone change that. May you find success in all that you do. Thank you.
The sincerity of his blessing was a balm to Victor's wounded spirit. It was a confirmation that he had made the right choice, regardless of the personal cost. With the old man's words echoing in his ears, Victor broke into a run. He sprinted down the street, dodging pedestrians and weaving through traffic. His lungs burned, and his carefully pressed suit was becoming wrinkled, but he didn't care. He arrived at the office building, breathless and sweating, just as the clock showed he was 1 minute late. He straightened his tie, took a deep